Good morning, everybody. This is Trisha with Turpinol Photography, and you are listening to Listen, Learn, and Leverage. This is where we explode. We expose your blind spots and help you grow your entrepreneurial business. And today I have with me Leith McHugh of Leith. She is an emotional wellness coach, and she focuses on identity and story. Good morning, Leith.
Good morning. Thanks
I'm
so
so
much
excited
for
to
having
have
me. I'm
you.
so happy to be here. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, me too. So I'm just going to start right out the gate. So tell us what you do exactly, because I know people want to know.
Okay. Thank you for asking. So I support women in making moves forward in their lives, wherever they're starting. If they're starting in a great place, if they're starting in a difficult place, whether it's someone that feels stuck, maybe an entrepreneur that's not sure why their business isn't growing, an empty nester, someone who just lost a child, just kind of wherever they're starting. And I love to empower them by just inviting them to think about a 2-degree shift. So over time, if we start really, really small, over time, everything changes. And it's just little doable changes. So I love doing that. And I do this through individual coaching, group coaching, workshops, retreats, Zoom calls, all kinds of fun things.
That's awesome. Well, and Todd, I introduced you as an emotional wellness coach with focus on identity and story. Talk more about that because that's so unique.
Yeah, Trisha, because our family has gone through a lot of trauma in the last 20-ish years and done a lot of work together. We also did a lot of individual work. And what I found is that identity and story are really the root of all things you, all things me. So until I take a peek in here at what's going on, who am I? What does my life story look like? How has it impacted me? Then it's hard to make movements forward. So identity and story impact everything about you. They shape you. And then I just believe that awareness of you is the most crucial place to start. And it's about what's right with you, not what's wrong with you.
Oh, isn't that so good? We focus so much on what's not right about me, but it's so fun to focus on what is right. It's like there are so many things. If we just
Yeah.
take a moment, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And I love that, being aware of you. It's funny, once you are aware, it's interesting how you can see someone who's struggling, isn't it?
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
Well, and so what would make our community want to, work inside one of your programs, like what is it, Rediscovering You program? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I really present it as if you want something different, if you want to live more honestly, if you want more control and over your life and your choices, if you want to feel, behave, think brighter, more abundantly, make some subtle changes that will make a massive difference in your life. It's about developing new patterns and habits. Um, you get to be seen and heard in my program. That's one of the biggest things my clients tell me after they're done is, oh, I just felt so supported and seen and heard. If you want to find a positive narrative about yourself and your story, some people come from some really hard stories, and that's where they have landed in their narrative, and then it impacts all their decisions, their behaviors. We get clarity on values and intentions, improving your stinking thinking. And also I would my program helps improve relationship too, because whenever we're better, our relationships get to be better. So those are just a
Yes,
few things.
absolutely. Well, and tell me, what you mentioned some things. Tell more about like the person that you're looking for. Like, you're looking for someone who really, they're like, something's not right in my life, but I don't know what. Would that be the person? Or expand on what you see a lot of when clients come to you?
That's such a great question. It's so all across the board. I would definitely say that if someone's just like, there's something new is stirring within me and I don't quite know what it is. That's something.
Right.
Something is off. and I don't quite know what it is. Maybe I've been to counseling before and I'm over it and I did my work and I just need some support, or I'm terrified of counseling, and I'm willing to look under the hood a little bit. Those people. It can also just be people who are like one of the things I offer in my program is a forgiveness session. It's about forgiveness and making amends. The reason I do that is because I believe in my own personal experience that it's hard to move forward in your life if you've got unforgiveness in your heart, and or if you're carrying shame about something you need to make amends for. It could be that you stole an eraser from Spencer's at the mall when you were in third grade, or it can be that you had an affair and cheated on your spouse or your partner. So like it could be all across the board, but we hang on to some of those things and then we can't move forward as easily.
Right.
So yeah. And then I also do have a deep heart and a focus, moms who have lost children. Those are definitely some of my clients because we lost our daughter Hadley. Our son is gay and he's also a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. He has 6 years sober on March 9th. Yay.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So I love working with those women. Also, our daughter Hadley had severe special needs. So I was her CNA caregiver for 12 years. I love hanging out with moms who have severe special needs children or special needs on any spectrum. So when I say all across the board, I have young girls. I have this group of 20 to 30s that just finished up a group who are amazing. And they're at great places in their lives and they're hungry and they're just ready to learn and grow. So I love working with those people. So it's a pretty wide range of who I work with.
Wow, that's amazing. So really it's from the smallest nagging little thing that's negative in your life to working with women. And is it all women or are there men too?
All women. However, I have my first coaching male today, and it's my son who asked me to coach him, and I'm so excited.
Oh,
and I
awesome.
did have an inquiry from a male, so we'll see. I'm open to going that direction for sure. I've just only worked with women so far.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and I love that you talk about a 2-degree shift. Wouldn't you say that's the hardest part about somebody coming into your program is that they just think they're just going to like throw everything up and it's going to be horrible, but really you're just baby stepping them to their wellness, if you will.
Totally. 100%. And 2 degrees, I got this term from a place called Onsite, which is an emotional wellness trauma recovery place outside of Nashville that our families received a lot of healing at. And it was my biggest takeaway in my healing process, and I'm still in it, but is the idea of just teeny tiny. So you don't have to get out of a coaching session with me or get off of a self-care call or a boundaries call and be like, oh, great, I got to change everything in my life now. It's no, I'm going to make one teeny tiny change. And then over time, you're like, oh my gosh, so much is different because I just did something small. So currently I walk 6 minutes per day. I have, my husband inspired me as he runs 1 mile. So I have for 331 days in a row without missing, with hives, with COVID, I have not missed walking 6 minutes per day. And people say, wait, did you say 6 minutes? I'm like, yeah, 6 minutes. Why only 6 minutes? Because it's doable. You can do anything for 6 minutes a day. So I just got to walk in right before we did this. And at the end of the week, if I hadn't set this goal, I may have walked 0 minutes, but if I only minimum walk 6, I've walked 42 more minutes in a week than I would have. So it's tiny habit. There's books on this. My husband writes on this also, but, small change makes a massive difference. Obviously.
Wow. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's that's the whole part of being mindful, isn't it? It's like, I set a goal and I'm going to be mindful about it. Well, that leads me to the next question. Talk about mindfulness, because I think people have a lot of different definitions.
Mm-hmm. So, I would say for me, mindfulness it's kind of the basic human ability to be fully present, being aware of where we are, what we're doing, not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. And then I would add without judgment. So Being mindful
Oh,
of like being in the moment, acknowledging what's happening. But like I've been meditating for a couple years now. I am not any better at meditating than I was the day I started. This morning, my mind was a pinball machine pinging all over the place. And in the past, I would have gone to like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I focus? This is so dumb. I
right.
haven't gotten any better. And instead, every time it pings off down here about, oh, what's my interview with Trisha going to be like today? I say, just bring it back. Bring it
Yeah.
back without judgment. So to me, that's what it's about. It's about realizing you're somewhere else and then just coming back and like, oh, what does this food taste like as I'm eating it versus just shoving it down? What is, whatever, what does everything feel like? Yeah. So that's what
Exactly.
mindfulness is
Ooh,
to me.
I like that. That's wonderful. Well, and so tell me, what do you have? I know you have a gift to give our people today. Tell me about that.
I do. Oh, I know what I was also going to say is I had this little listy of a couple things that mindfulness, why someone might want mindfulness.
Ooh,
This is not my list. It came
yes.
from some research I found on the internet. It improves well-being. It improves physical and mental health.
Mm.
It decreases stress. It enhances the ability to deal with illness. I find that very interesting. Facilitates recovery, decreases depression, and improves overall health. So those are a few reasons why you might want mindfulness. And
Mindfulness.
I am offering 25% off for Trisha's peeps to my mindfulness program that will begin April. I think it's the 14th. So I don't have it right in front of me, but we have a group that started in January and I'm opening up registration to jump in April. And it's awesome. It's pretty, when I was first promoting the program, I was saying, oh, it'll be so easy. It's not easy. It's very simple. It's simple, but mindfulness in and of itself is not easy. So, and I also
Right.
have a self-care tips
Yes.
freebie also that I would love to share with y'all.
That's awesome. Let's see. I went and found where to go. And oh yeah, you have April 11th, and then you also have one that is July 11th. Is that supposed to be
Yep.
on there? Oh,
Yeah.
goody. So yes, April 11th is when your mindful life starts.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the train. It's a good one because you're right. Mindfulness, that's funny. Well, what's funny is you say that you're not any better at your meditation, but you are because now you can bring it back.
Actually, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah. Instead of going down a negative path, I just bring it back. So that's improvement. True. Good job, coach.
See, we all get to improve. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh, Leith, this has been amazing. And I just love what you're doing because so many people, I mean, everything starts with mindfulness and what's in your mind, your mindset. And I totally believe that you've got to get control of it, or it's really difficult to grow a business when you don't feel good about yourself. It's really hard.
Yes. I
I
found
bet
the
you see
hard
that
way.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Haven't
what
we
made
all,
it.
right?
Yes. Yes. That's why I do
Get under
this.
the covers.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Oh my goodness. Any last words of wisdom you'd like to throw out?
Gosh. I don't know if I have any more words of wisdom. Be kind to yourself. That's my words of wisdom for the day. And I would love to chat. I love getting to know people. If you have, if anyone is curious about what I'm up to, you can find me at leithmchugh.com and just love to just toss around what's going on in your life and just do a little check-in with you. So
Absolutely. And Lisa's really easy to talk to. So if you're having any niggling feelings that are not positive, you got to get in touch with Leith. She is your coach du jour when it comes to emotional wellness, focusing on identity and story, of course. And so thank you again, Leith. This has been awesome. And thank you for joining us on Listen, Learn, and Leverage, where we always expose the blind spots and help you grow your entrepreneurial business. Have an awesome Tuesday.
bye.
Oh, love you, Leith.
You too.
Bye.